Hey guys, how you doing? Dave Moore here. Just want to make a quick video that I'm going to call Journal of the POG Weapon Mounted Lights. I wanted to clarify I am a civilian. I have no military or law enforcement experience. I do have some training that I'm not going to dive into, but ultimately I concealed carry every day whenever I'm out and about, going and buying whatever, going to the Walmart or to Giant Eagle, what have you. So that's it. That's kind of want to clarify that. But I had a request on a video, and I'm going to try to make it short and sweet, because I know my videos tend to be a little long and boring. So I'm going to try to change that. Ultimately, it's on weapon mounted lights. I'm going to talk about what I have experience with. As far as pistol goes, I have experience with the Streamlight TLR-1 HL. TLR-1 variant, HL means high lumen, 630 lumen output pistol light primarily. The other light that I have experience with, the limited, I still have experience with it, is the SureFire X300 Ultra, which has a 500 lumen output. Ultimately, they're the same light, different brand, different functionality. The Streamlight TLR-1 has momentary on, continuously on, and the strobe feature. Also, on a full-size gun, does not stick out very far, which causes the lens to get caked with gunpowder and gas, what have you. But it does have the momentary, continuous, and strobe feature. As you can tell, I don't use the strobe feature very much, which is a downfall. I do not like the strobe feature. The SureFire X300, momentary on, you push forward on the thingy here, and then continuous on, you flip up. It does stick out further, which helps prevent lens caking, ultimately, in my opinion. Both are in the same lumen field. I don't have a luminometer, like James Yeager says, but both are great lights. The main consideration is price. The SureFire is about twice as much as the Streamlight. Streamlight you can get very cheap. And if you go to SquaredAwaySurplus.com, company that I'm starting to work for, a little more and more every day, I'm trying to figure out stuff. We do have the TLR-1 variant, I believe, and you can use coupon code IDAVEMORE, IDAVEMOORE, for 25% off of your order. But other than that, the SureFire is a lot more money, about twice as much from my research. Could be wrong, prices change, whatever. I use the TLR-1 HL because it was cheaper. I bought it. It has high lumens, and I like it. Most holsters come pre-made for either the Streamlight TLR-1 variant or the SureFire X300 variant. So they're both probably the most common pistol lights out there. So holsters, you can find one for either one. So basically the main consideration is going to be price. Streamlight's cheaper. Police have been using Streamlights way before they started using SureFire, so that's a consideration. But SureFire is tried and tested by military and law enforcement, and most people will only trust their life to a SureFire. So take it what it is. Also, some people say that you need to have a lower lumen light on your handgun or weapon system. Ultimately, I like a bright light because it's either bright enough or it's not. If it is bright enough and I shine it in somebody's face, that's going to act as a deterrent value with me possibly not having to engage them. Now, I do not teach self-defense. I tried to stay away from all the self-defense legal shit because I'm not an instructor. I am not trying to be an instructor, though I am trying to share little tidbits that I have learned myself or learned through others. So in my opinion, if you get a light shined in your eyes and it blinds you, that's going to have a deterrent value because you can't see. Because when I first got this light, first hour, batteries were dead, I was blind because I kept shining it in my eyes right out of the box. So, I believe the SureFire X300U and the Streamlight TLR-1 HL are going to have about the same battery life, being that's about 1.5 to 2 hours of constant run time. It is a high output light, so the batteries do not last as long. They'll both take the CR123A batteries, so have bazillions of them in stock in your bag, ready, because you might have to change it out. So, pros, Streamlight TLR-1 HL, price is cheaper than the SureFire. Lumens are a little bit higher, and that doesn't matter. Both take the same batteries, but it all depends, I guess. Guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're a SureFire guy, get SureFire. If you're a Streamlight guy, get Streamlight. But I will say, with smaller hands, or if you don't have large hands, the SureFire is harder to turn on. When I used it, it was on a Smith & Wesson M&P, and it had the large back strap on it, and I could not get the momentary on. So if you shoot with the large back strap on, you might not be able to use the light properly. So, Streamlight's cheaper, but both are going to run through batteries. So if you want a high output light, you're going to have batteries, and just deal with that. If you don't want to change the batteries as often, then get a lower output light. Get the TLR-1, TLR-1S, or the SureFire X300, not the U version. So that's kind of my rambling. I'm going to stop. Other than that, you've got pocket lights. Streamlight Pro-Tac HL is my pocket light, my EDC light. This was originally my rifle light. Ultimately, with this, for about 60 bucks, you've got high, 630 lumens. You've got low, makes about 150 lumens. And you have a strobe feature. Programmable cap, you just have to read the instructions to learn how to do that, because I have not done that. Takes CR123A batteries. Small enough to fit in your pocket, but big enough to put in my bag, ultimately. This is the light that you use to find your keys, because you don't take your gun out to go try to find your keys in the parking lot. You use this, or you use the light in your phone. Do not pull out your gun for that. So that's why it's always good to have a pocket light or an EDC light that you're going to have on you, you're going to have with you. This is also a good weapons mounted light. To that is the SureFire GX2 light that I now have on my rifle. This, I believe, has an output of about 200, 300 lumens, momentary on only, unless you turn the cap for continuously on. But I keep it on momentary. It is adjustable to where you can hit the back cap or squeeze the back cap and have it turn on. So I like that. I use this as my rifle light because it is lower powered. I do not use my rifle as much, and it is momentary only. I do not like pressure pads. I think that you will discharge the light when you don't mean to, because you're going to be squeezing the shit out of the gun. So momentary on is all I like on the cap itself. Light mounts. I did originally have a $10 mount. It was basically a square. It clamped onto the rail system, and above it had little O-rings that held the light on. So it held this light back further. Great light, very ergonomic, easy to attach to the handgun handguard, or the rifle handguard, and easy to utilize with a foregrip. But it came loose all the time when I shot it, so I got rid of it. Switched to the Magpul rail light mount, which is a cantilever design. Ran into some problems, had to move the front sight back, had to move the grip stop forward, and then readjust and kind of practice again my shooting, which it didn't change much. It's just the feel changed. Cantilever design does hold the light further in front of the muzzle, which does, in my opinion, help reduce the glazing over of the lens due to unburnt powder and gas. Mind you, the gas is coming out in all directions and then straight out of the muzzle, so it's just hitting the light. It's not going to hurt the light. It's a rubberized, waterproof system, so you get some powder on it, fire clean it off, you're good. But the lens will not get coated as much as if it was back further. One thing I want to clarify is, if you are right-handed, this setup is not going to work. You need your light on the left side of the gun, so that as you're shooting, you can hit it with your thumb. Like I said, I don't like pressure pads, I like to use my thumb. So you can hit it with your thumb. Being that I'm being left-handed, see how easy it is to hit it? So, if you're right-handed and you have your light on this side of the gun, utilizing the cap, you're not going to be able to turn that light on whilst shooting. So you just really fuck that up. So the light needs to get mounted on the side opposite of your strong hand. Left-handed goes on the right side, right-handed goes on the left side. That's my limited experience with lights. I like what I have. I'm not going to change it because I know it works. And I'm not going to waste money to buy something that somebody else says is better, because what I have works and it works for me. I have no reason to change it and spend more money until or unless one of these lights dies. And then if one of them dies and if it dies prematurely, then I'm going to change that light because it's obviously not reliable. But so far I've had them for over a year and they all work perfectly. Minus the fact that you have to change batteries often in these high lumen lights. So this is my opinion. This is what works for me. And really the Streamlight TLR-1 or the TLR-1 HL or the TLR-1 S is working for a lot of people. A lot of people like them. So if you want to join the bandwagon, it's a light that you will not be sorry that you bought. Like I said, we do have this in the variants, I believe, on www.squaredawaysurplus.com. Coupon code IDaveMore for 25% off. I'm going to try to start working with them a lot more in depth, and start doing a lot more for the company. They are a local company out of Ohio, so I want to support them. Veteran owned. I'm not a veteran, but I do appreciate everybody who has served, and I thank you for your service. So, veteran owned, local business for me. Great guys, awesome guys, and we have a good crew going. So, ultimately, I'm going to start doing product reviews, things like that, showing off some gear for all you gear careers out there, and we're going to try to just make it grow. Really, all we have to do now is just grow. So, more to come. We're going to try to maybe get some new products, try to find things that people want, things that people need, things that people are going to use, and things that are going to sell in order to make the business grow. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun doing, you know. So the website is www.squaredawaysurplus.com. And for now, you can use coupon code IDaveMore for 25% off of your order. And check out the store. We have everything from Streamlight, Bastion LLC, Grunt Style, and the like. So make sure you check it out, www.squaredawaysurplus.com. And I'll see you next time.